In the town of Cozyville, everyone knew Detective Ollie, the smartest, most resourceful detective around. Except Ollie wasn't just any detective. He was a dog. A very clever beagle with a nose that could sniff out a clue from a mile away and floppy ears that made him look adorable while doing it. One crisp morning, a frantic call came into Ollie's office, which was really just a cozy spot under the kitchen table. Mrs. Muffins, the kindly old lady who lived at the end of the street, had a terrible problem. "Ollie, you've got to help me," Mrs. Muffins said, her voice trembling with worry. "Every time I do my laundry, my socks keep disappearing. I put a pair in the basket, and only one comes out. This has been going on for weeks. I'm down to nothing but mismatched socks." Ollie, who had been napping peacefully in a sunbeam, immediately perked up. A sock mystery? This was serious. He grabbed his detective hat, which was actually a tiny sock he had stolen from Mrs. Muffins months ago, and trotted over to the crime scene. The scene of the crime, Mrs. Muffins led Detective Ollie to the laundry room, where an entire basket of mismatched socks sat like a sad mountain of wool and cotton. Ollie sniffed around the basket, his nose twitching. Clue number 1. There was a faint scent of cheese. Ollie tilted his head. "Cheese? In the laundry room? Interesting," he barked softly, jotting it down in his mental notepad. He circled the washing machine, poking his nose into the crevices. That's when he spotted clue number 2, a tiny trail of sock lint leading toward the backyard. "Looks like the socks are making a break for it," Ollie muttered with a grin. He followed the trail of lint, his detective instincts tingling. Suspect number 1. Whiskers the cat. As Ollie followed the lint trail, it led him straight to Whiskers, the sneaky black and white cat who lived next door. Whiskers was lounging on the fence, licking his paw. Detective," Whiskers purred, narrowing his eyes. "What brings you to my side of the fence?" "I'm on to you, Whiskers," Ollie said. "You've got a history of mischief, and now Mrs. Muffin's socks are missing. Care to explain?" Whiskers yawned lazily. "Please, Ollie. If I were after socks, I'd go for the fancy ones, not those plain old cotton ones. Plus, I've been busy perfecting my catnaps. Stealing socks sounds far too energetic for me." Ollie sniffed the air again. No cheese smell near Whiskers. It didn't seem like he was the culprit. "All right, you're off the hook for now. But I've got my eye on you, Whiskers." Whiskers smirked. "Good luck, detective." Suspect number 2. The Squirrel Gang. With Whiskers crossed off the list, Ollie's nose led him to the backyard, where he found clue number 3, a chewed-up sock hanging from the tree. The scent of cheese was stronger now, and Ollie had a hunch. The Squirrel Gang, a mischievous group of squirrels always on the hunt for tasty snacks, lived in this very tree. Ollie barked loudly, and sure enough, 3 squirrels peeked out from the branches, all with guilty looks on their furry faces. "We didn't do it," squeaked Nutty, the leader of the gang, who was nibbling on something suspiciously sock-like. Ollie raised an eyebrow. "Then what's that in your mouth?" Nutty quickly swallowed whatever he was chewing. Okay. Maybe we borrowed a few socks for our nest. They're cozy, but we didn't take all of them."